Tensions soar as Chinese J-15 fighter jet violates U.S. aircraft carrier's airspace in the Western Pacific. In a highly charged incident, the USS Ronald Reagan, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, found itself at the center of escalating tensions when a Chinese J-15 fighter jet breached its airspace during a routine exercise in the Western Pacific. Despite repeated warnings, the Chinese jet refused to leave the area, prompting the U.S. Navy to take decisive action by firing warning shots from its Phalanx close-in weapon system. This incident added fuel to the already simmering geopolitical complexities in the region, raising concerns about the potential implications for maritime security and diplomatic relations between the United States and China. The incident occurred during a series of naval exercises conducted by the U.S. Navy in the Western Pacific. The USS Ronald Reagan, an aircraft carrier known for its operational prowess, was leading a multinational task force in training maneuvers aimed at enhancing interoperability and readiness among allied navies in the region. It was in this context that the Chinese J-15 fighter jet strayed into the airspace of the aircraft carrier, sparking an immediate reaction from the U.S. Navy. As the Chinese J-15 approached the USS Ronald Reagan, radio communications between the two sides intensified. The U.S. Navy repeatedly warned the intruding aircraft to vacate the restricted airspace surrounding the aircraft carrier. The warnings were clear and unambiguous, emphasizing the potential consequences of continued non-compliance. However, the Chinese jet continued to defy the warnings, apparently testing the response capabilities of the U.S. Navy and asserting China's territorial claims in the region. The situation quickly escalated, with both sides unwilling to back down. Facing a situation that threatened to spiral out of control, the U.S. Navy took a decisive step to assert its airspace security. As the Chinese J-15 persisted in its unauthorized approach, the Phalanx close-in weapon system, a rapid-fire, radar-controlled gun system designed to counter threats at close range, was engaged. The system fired warning shots in the direction of the intruding jet as a last resort to deter further aggressive actions. The firing of warning shots by the U.S. Navy added an additional layer of complexity to the already tense situation in the region. China swiftly responded, condemning the action as a provocative move by the United States and accusing the U.S. Navy of violating international maritime norms. Diplomatic channels were activated immediately to address the incident and prevent further escalation. Both nations engaged in intense negotiations to de-escalate tensions and find a resolution to the issue. Simultaneously, the international community closely monitored the situation, expressing concerns about the potential impact on regional stability and global trade. The incident involving the Chinese J-15 and the USS Ronald Reagan underscored the importance of clear communication and adherence to established protocols to prevent accidental confrontations in highly contested areas. It also highlighted the need for robust diplomatic efforts to manage disputes and prevent escalations that could have far-reaching consequences. As both countries sought to maintain their presence and assert their interests in the Western Pacific, the incident served as a reminder of the inherent risks involved in military exercises conducted in close proximity to territorial boundaries. It further emphasized the necessity of open lines of communication between nations with competing interests to avert unintended clashes and maintain regional stability. The encounter between the Chinese J-15 fighter jet and the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier was a significant incident that inflamed tensions in the Western Pacific. The refusal of the Chinese jet to comply with repeated warnings resulted in the deployment of warning shots by the U.S. Navy, further exacerbating the situation. Swift diplomatic efforts were essential in the aftermath to prevent a larger crisis from unfolding. This event served as a stark reminder of the importance of dialogue, adherence to protocols, and a commitment to peaceful resolution in managing disputes in the complex and geopolitically sensitive region of the Western Pacific.